Hello,
Hello,
I'm Caitlin Powell,
and I'm Kate Butch.
and this is Queers Gone By, the show we talk about nostalgic film, TV, and snacks, and try to work out if that's what made us queer.
Summer, summer, summer,
Summer,
summer,
summer,
summer,
summer,
summer, summer.
Where's our massive fuck off clock?
Big clock energy.
Why was the clock so big? Anyway, yes, you've guessed it. From that, maybe?
And also the title of the episode. We
Yes.
are reviewing the iconic DCOM. It is the fantastic summer-based High School Musical 2. High School Musical 2. Oh, what time is it? Summertime.
The time.
It's our vacation.
I remember one of the guys in my class singing, when it was really popular, he would start the song, and so everyone would join in, and all the guys would go, "It's mutilation," and that was humour.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Weird.
It was very exciting in school whenever anyone was like, "What time is it?" And you're like, "Is it summertime? Is it Chico time?" I just don't know.
Is it time to get in a line? I don't know. Those are the three options when you're a kid, aren't they?
Summer, Chico, line. Line
Yeah.
time. Lime, crime. No.
Tag yourself.
This is High School Musical 2,
Yes.
which is a very interesting parable about class divisions and the pursuit of the American dream in modern-day United States.
It absolutely is. However, I will spend most of this, let's be real, hour and a half, probably, going like, why don't they just communicate? So that's what I took away from it. Much like the last one.
Again, I was
everything.
livid that Sharpay was portrayed to be the villain.
Well, I have a problem with the way Sharpay is portrayed in general, because I think she is generally a bit more villainous in this one, because she's dealing with actual people's lives. But they also portrayed her as way more, like, ditzy. Although then she was, like, putting it on for a bit. I don't know, I just didn't like the way... I feel like they amped her up to almost a parody of what she was in the first one. Do you get what I mean?
I was unsure about the whole tone of this. Like, is it self-aware? Is it really not?
That is for historians to answer.
Like, the big clock, was that like some kind of magical realism? Is it...
Oh, well, I think you're being far too generous there.
Angela Carter could never.
I don't know. A lot of this, I had the same question. With all my critiques, it does boil down to why don't they just communicate, but also, why don't they? But yeah, he does have a lot to say about, like, was he consciously doing a thing about class? I can't imagine Disney was.
This film was very, like, socialist. And, like, we're all in this together is the conceit. But,
Yeah.
which doesn't really ring true with Disney's morals as the inventor of capitalism.
But also, I feel like we'll get to it. Like, we are supposed to, and I do agree with this, supposed to sympathise with the fact that, like, he is just, like, Troy is just in the system. Like, he just got plucked out. That just happened. It wasn't because he's better than anyone else. Well, Disney sort of portrays it, but we know it's not because he's better than anyone else. He just got plucked out because of happenstance, and also connections, I guess, in a way. But, like, they're like, why don't you not do this? And he's like, but you would do the same thing in my position. Like, we're all just cogs in a machine, Kate.
We're TikTok, we are. Bloody hell.
Yeah,
and I'm on
I know.
TikTok now. Yeah, it's tricky. Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
And we'll see how it goes along the way. We begin with an empty cafeteria, an empty gym, an empty hallway, and from the abyss comes the piercing cobalt of Zac Efron's eyes, which he must be wearing contacts. They are too bright. They are so blue.
I did think the beginning of this didn't look particularly good. Like, it starts off zooming in on a grimy clock. Like, they couldn't just clean the clock. It's very
Wipe
weird.
your clock. Wipe your clocks along with us.
Please do. Yeah, I did also watch, like, the crunchiest version of this.
Oh, I was on Disney Plus.
Yeah, so it's the end of term.
Yes. Miss Darbus, queer icon, is there, having a chat.
Yeah.
Filling up the time.
The ship Moon from the first film is still there, so does that imply that this takes place the end of the term where High School Musical 1 took place?
So, like, 6 months after, because High School Musical 1 started in January. And they did the Winter Musicale. And
so
the Spring
why is the
Musicale.
Moon still there?
Maybe the Spring Musicale also involved a moon.
Maybe.
Budget cuts.
Pardon?
Budget cuts.
Budget cuts, I see.
Did you think I said something else?
No, you've gone very fuzzy.
Well, that's the heat and my nervous breakdown. And this clock gets bigger and bigger as they're anticipating 3:10, which is a strange time for school to end.
I did think this also, yes. Very weird.
My primary school ended at 20... I think all of my schools ended at 20 past.
3:20?
Yeah, which is also a weird time,
I was
admit.
going to say. I think ours ended at, like... Oh my god, I don't know. Either I think 3:30?
Oh, my sixth form ended at 4.
Yes, I think...
4:05, I think.
I think sixth form might have ended at, like, 10 to 4, which is such an odd time.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyway, time doesn't exist anymore, so...
No.
What can you do? And then they're all going, summer.
And Miss Jarvis is on one.
Miss Jarvis?
Is that not her name?
Miss Darbus!
Oh. Like I said,
How
crunchy
dare
version.
You?
I don't remember these people's names.
There was not enough Miss Darbus in this film. They tried to replace her with another queer. Like, fussy queer.
Oh! They did, didn't they? Yeah.
And he pales in comparison.
Yeah. They're also just being very rude. They're just like, dude, Miss Darbus has snapped her cap. Is that what they said, or did I mishear that too?
I don't remember that.
They said something
Snap your
really
caps along with us.
Snap your caps. And then another guy replies, dude, you're actually listening? And it's like, yes. Listen, you've got like a minute left. Calm down. She's being very nice, talking about your future. Very upsetting.
And then they sing, what time is it?
Brackets, summertime. Close brackets.
Which I remember being better.
I remember all of this being better, I won't lie.
There's some absolutely stunning moments that I will be highlighting.
Yes,
They all include Sharpay or Ryan.
Yeah. But none of the songs... I don't think there's any song, apart from maybe Fabulous, that is as good as the songs from the first one. I don't think.
I gotta go my own way.
Oh! Did you mean Zac Efron doing a Trisha Paytas parody? We'll get to it. I have thoughts.
We bloody will. Corbin Bleu is a very good dancer.
Bleu.
Corbin Bleu. That's how it's spelled. To use the French pronunciation.
And I don't...
Corbin.
Okay, so context. Anyone who knows my Instagram knows that I got home from the vets yesterday at like 10:30, and then I watched this. So I was very tired. I have written in my notes, Corbin Bleu gives a one-take performance. I think what I mean by that is, I'm just like, this is perfect, you clearly did this in one take, I love you.
Okay, that's good. It wasn't like, oh, we'll just use what we have.
No, it was good, it was good. Whereas
Vanessa... She's garbage. We now know her to be garbage.
Wait, what did she do? Oh, wait. Oh, God.
When she was like, sorry, got COVID, but like...
Yeah.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah, I understand why she's had limited success. She mimes...
Also, she's not good.
No. Yeah, exactly. She mimes, when she's singing, like, when she says... So there's a line that's something like, we're gonna scream and shout. and she mimes scream and shout like she's doing her first drag performance. It's great. She's acting out all the words.
She's so into voguing right now.
She's so into... Was that her? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I remember the roller coaster dance that they do, where they're kind of all in a line going, ooh.
Ooh.
And I think I watched something on Disney Channel being like, behind the scenes of the roller coaster dance, and I was like, yes, show me. Show me how you get such synchronicity, please.
I enjoyed the ball choreo.
Yes.
That
I
was
like
fun.
it when they go, do, 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 do,
Do.
do. Come on!
That
Zac
was
Efron
good.
drops his ball. He goes, come on!
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, yes, I will, Zac. I will, come on.
Could we discuss? I mean, I don't know if you have more to say about the song, but this bit ends with Zac Efron sliding across the floor like he's a penguin.
I missed that.
Wait,
but
what?
I'm happy to discuss it with you. I was making notes about the roller
Okay.
coaster. I was still overwhelmed.
So the song ends like it's like they've done their final woo 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 woo, you know what they do, and Zac Efron like comes out from behind the crowd, and the camera is like floor level, and he dives onto the floor and skids towards the camera and is like, hello, like right up to his face. It's really weird, like a little penguin.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it, because
Please do.
Zac
Maybe
Efron
my
slided up to
crunchy
me.
version had outtakes, you know.
Maybe. Maybe they cut that out of the Disney Plus for the children.
It's
Okay,
really
for the
disturbing.
children.
For the children.
And he says, this summer I gotta make bank. Which I didn't like.
Yeah. I had a lot of
At
moments
all.
where I was like, wait, what? And then they went on to explain it, but I was confused at this point because wasn't his whole thing a sporting scholarship? Like, I thought that was his whole thing. And then I realised that most education systems, as far as I'm aware, are shit, but especially in the US, oh my god. So, I guess it's fair that he's like, I've got to make bank. We'll excuse the phrase bank. He's under a lot of stress.
Shaka Khan. Nobody, it turns out, can get a job for the summer.
They're
So it's like
complaining that they can't compete with college kids, and I'm like, yes, because you're like 12 or something and they're adults, so yeah, that's how it works, sorry.
Also, just like, be better.
Okay, I searched for a job for about a year, fuck you.
I know, I'm the same. I'm the worst me I can be. But then I changed my skincare routine and I used a different shampoo and everything's coming up Kate.
Everything fell into
ironically.
place. Wait, why ironic?
Sorry? Well, nothing's coming up Kate, is it? Let's be honest.
You're doing okay.
Sweetheart, none of these queens are gonna do you.
Got some fun projects, which I assume you can't talk about, but...
Oh, I mean literal cum. You must always assume that that's what I mean. How long have we been friends?
Oh, everything's coming up, Kate. I'm so disappointed in you.
Good. Anyway, speaking of being disappointed in someone, Troy gives Gabriella the ugliest necklace of T, the letter T, and she goes, T as in Troy, and it's like, no, T as in this was reduced in H. Samuel.
Exactly. Oh my god.
T as in titties. T as in thyroid cancer.
Oh, good lord.
T as in trans rights.
T as in trans rights. I remember talking to a guy about like his first girlfriend. I don't know why we got into that conversation. And he was talking about how he went to get some jewellery for her and she was really rude about it and she gave it back to him, and I was like, oh well, what was it? And he was like, I don't know, I just got the cheapest thing I could find. And I was like, well, there we go.
My housemate a couple of years ago got this girl that he was seeing.
Oh no, I know about this. Oh, okay, yeah.
Someone
tell us
ugly from Pandora. So, something from
Pandora. No girl wants Pandora. If you are a well, no one wants Pandora. I was gonna say if you're a straight guy listening, but if you're bi, and no person wants Pandora. I'm sorry. Unless they're a 12-year-old girl, in which case you need to be on the list.
Stop dating them.
Yeah.
And he got her this thing, and she opened it, and then was like, we need to break up. I gave it back to him. And I had to take it back.
Oh no.
I had to return it.
Oh.
And they were like, do you want store credit? And I was like, no.
No, why? No.
There's nothing here for me. I have tits.
Have I told you about my awful boyfriend when I was like, how old was I? 17, 18, something like that? And he was like, what do you want? He said something like, I want to buy you jewellery or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, I look better in gold-coloured jewellery and he was like, I'm going to get you Pandora. And I was like, oh, no, don't do that. I don't like Pandora. And he said, I can change your mind. And I was like, you're wearing, like, Hollister. You definitely can't. No, thank you.
Also, has he ever met you?
Apparently not. We dated for, like, over a year. Oh, God.
I'm a bit confused as to why... If you went up to someone and you were like, oh, nice necklace. I mean, you wouldn't, because this necklace is hideous. And you're like, oh, T. Your name must begin with T. And she's like, no, it's Gabriella. You'd be like, you're a lunatic. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, why didn't he get her a G? That's so possessive. That's only just occurred to me. What the fuck? Also, can we talk about who's Corbin Blue's girlfriend? What's her name?
Taylor McKessie.
What?
Taylor McKessie. Played by Monique Coleman.
Oh, okay. I can't believe you know her full name. Anyway, Taylor...
I'm very big fan of this film.
Is it not coming across? Troy is doing the what's it called, like, necklace moment. And Taylor comes around the corner as in, like, as if she's just witnessed a murder. It's incredible.
She's doing the most, and
yes.
She's the one that's making me think, oh, this is self-aware nonsense. But then the nonsense of Troy and Gabriella is like, oh no, you're fully into this.
Also, what's funny is she's like a good 5 years older than everyone else. And I love that. Oh my god, you know what we haven't talked about? So,
what?
They're with Kelsey, and she is in the worst outfit I've ever seen. It's aqua and grey checked golf shorts that hit the knee with a striped top in pinks, reds and whites, a fucking waistcoat, a bright orange hat, Converse and socks which have been pulled up. What were they going for?
I did some Googling, and the actress that plays Kelsey was born in the USSR.
Oh, that explains a lot.
So, I think she's been so deprived of colour for the first 8 years of her life.
She went mental.
She was like, all the colours in the American dream.
Doesn't explain plaid and stripes.
No. I mean, Kelsey's the worst in it. Like, she's the worst character. She's garbage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does, like, later on, she does, like, DJ bits on a plate. And I'm like, no.
I think the fuck not.
You are not Max from Sweet Life in Camp Rock.
She wants to be, though.
She wishes. Oh, she wishes. But speaking of Kelsey, Sharpay offers her a job in a summer club.
Yes.
As a rehearsal pianist.
Well, what she says is something like, our pianist is gone, so you'll have to fill in. Anyway, bye, and there are no more details. I was like, okay.
Give her a contract. Give her some dates.
Yeah.
Give her some terms. Salary. What is this?
And then it's revealed that Sharpay is planning to steal Troy, or something like that. She's very...
scheme!
Yeah, she has a big scheme, and it's very... Does she... Okay, I feel like I'm giving too much depth to all of these characters. But does she actually, like, proper, like Troy? Or is she just like, he's hot, he'll do? Like, what's the dynamic there?
I don't know. Can he, like, get her ahead? Is like having a cute boy with nice eyes on your arm.
Maybe. By the end, she seems genuinely quite sad that she hasn't got him. But then he was in a relationship the entire time, so I don't know what she was expecting.
Her motivations are muddled and unclear.
Well, let's be real. She's
but she has.
But
she has good songs.
She has very good songs. Best songs.
And she's like, she's like, it's summer, Rye. Everything changes. Nothing's fucking changed for me. I'm still sweating in Buxton.
Yeah, it's been fairly consistent, to be honest. Looking at my Twitter and screaming.
And then, do we need a reprise of What Time Is It?
No. No,
I didn't
we do
ask
not.
for one.
No, the only difference is they're coming down some steps. Wait, are there steps or is it flat? I forget.
They're outside. And
They're outside. Different.
Major.
Yeah, that's impressive, I guess. It's not. Do we think there's a bus that pulls up? Do we see Sharpay on a bus? Is that a thing we see for her? I don't think
Sharpay would get on a bus.
So how did she get home? Did someone pick her up? What's going on?
She must have a car. I think she has her own car.
Oh yeah, of course, you can drive from the age of like 12 in USA, can't you? So, also, do you know what the... well, at least I have a friend of Vermont. Do you know what the driving test is? At the age of like 15 or whatever?
No.
You just have to, have the car, drive it down the road. I don't think you even have to get it to the road. You can literally, have someone drive it there for you. Drive down the road. I think you do a U-turn and drive all the way back. Or something like that. And then reverse. And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it may be different in other states, so don't come for me, listeners, but... Yeah.
In America, you could be like, I would like a gun, please. And they're like, okay.
Okay, 5-year-old, yes. Here is your license.
But no Kinder eggs for you. Did I tell you about my backup drag character called Linda Surprise?
What was that?
That was very whimsical. I liked that.
That was a pigeon.
So we're now in a scene with Coach Bolton, the dad.
Yeah.
Who is still fit.
He's still fit. He's very, ha ha ha, Troy and Gabriella should break up. But I'm not going to say it, but I'm thinking it very loudly.
I mean, same. I feel the same.
I mean, yeah, we're all thinking it, but that's his dad. I'm not Troy Bolton's dad. I can say it.
I wish I was No. Do I? No. I wish I was with Troy Bolton. Have you seen that SNL sketch with Zac Efron? And it's like an advert for like pizza rolls or whatever. And they're filming it, and it's like, the line is Zac Efron's like, it's better than her cooking, and then Fred Armisen, who's playing the mum, is like meant to be like, hey, I'm your mother, but he goes, hey, I am your mother. I birthed you. And he just goes off on this thing and is like slapping amazing. Zac Efron. It's so good.
I love that. I have to give that a watch.
Zac Efron's well fit now. I mean, he was fit in this, but like,
have
you seen him? He's going around the world.
I was trying to remember if he's gay or not. Is he the one who we think is genuinely might be in the closet for
bachelor?
So
I think he's
had
an
girlfriends.
Unmarried bachelor. Well, he went out with bloody Gabriella Vanessa Van Hutchins. Vanessa Van Hutchins. I'm having a stroke.
For context, listeners, the reason Kate is laughing so much is because my cat had a stroke.
And that was why Kayla was in the vet. You said it first. You said it before me.
Yeah, I did, and then I pulled a face. Anyway, Vanessa Hudgens, yes. Yeah, he did date her, and then, but they were like 17 at that point, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
And then he was in 17 again.
and then he... So I can see, if that's the beginning of his career, I'm not entirely sure, but if that's the beginning of his career, I can see why an agent in America looking to create a Disney star would be like, do not, under any circumstances, say you're gay. Because that's the shitty reality of showbiz in, like, well, in America that's trying to appeal to that demographic. He's had one other girlfriend I can work out who was like, it was like, she's an entrepreneur, but you know when they're like, she's an entrepreneur, but what it means is she has an Instagram. Yeah.
That's what I say about myself.
But then, if you, like, Google her name, it comes up with loads of pictures of them, and underneath it's stuff like, Zac Efron's ex lashes out at him, saying he's really fucking weird. And I was like, he didn't spend any time with you because he was not interested.
Being gay.
Yeah, busy being gay.
I think Zac Efron seems like he has lovely manners. He's spoken in this new TV show about the pressure he was under to be, like, ripped. So I think maybe next series to talk about the pressure he's under to be straight.
What series is this?
It's this new one on Netflix where he flies around the world to tell you about climate change. There's some holes in the concept.
Isn't he doing a YouTube channel?
He might do. I don't know.
I think he has a YouTube channel where he does, like, Zac Efron goes to Guatemala and tries hang gliding.
I'd watch that. I'd watch the fuck out of that.
He also does, like, exercise regimes, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's an attractive young man, is all I'm saying.
He's a very attractive young man, yes. He also had to, when he played Ted Bundy, he had to have, like, therapy afterwards, which is such a male thing.
Probably should have had therapy before, like...
Yeah, but, like, it's like when people talk about how Joaquin Phoenix was, like, going mental on the set of Joker. And then they talked to... Who was it? Maybe the Hereditary mum? Or someone.
Tony.
And they were like... Yeah, someone, maybe not Toni Collette actually, but someone, they were like, how do you deal with playing someone who goes through that much stress? And she was like, well, I'm an actress, so. It was incredible.
Didn't Jared Leto, like, poo in a box and send it to someone?
Yeah,
like...
and then women are just there like, well, it's my job, so, you know, I get on with life.
It's not real, can you believe it?
Yeah. I didn't actually kill my daughter, so I'm fine.
Anyway, Zach Troy gets a phone call, and he's been offered a job at Lava Springs, the summer club.
Yes.
Which
and we know who's behind that.
I'd love to go to. It's a scheme.
Gorgeous. I want to go there.
But it's also in Albuquerque, and I don't want to... I've never been to Albuquerque, but anywhere called Albuquerque is not the nicest sounding. You'd be like, where are you? I'd be like, I'm in Albuquerque, and I'd piss myself. I wouldn't feel relaxed in a place called Albuquerque.
So I think Albuquerque itself is a very, like, meh city. No offence to the people of Albuquerque. I just googled it and it looks meh. But outside of Albuquerque, I think there's lots of, like, New Mexico desert and very, what's that show? Really boring people, I think. Really boring people.
Breaking Bad.
That's it! You knew what I meant.
Yeah. Put some fucking clothes on, please, Brian.
I watched one series and went, that was fine.
I watched one episode and I was like, no, I'll just Google how this ends.
Well, he dies, doesn't he?
Can you believe the terminal cancer he gets in the first episode kills him?
Quelle surprise!
Kelsey Prees!
Kelsey Prees! Can we take 1 second to acknowledge Mrs. Bolton? Because she doesn't appear again, and she's got bitchy Adele Dazeem energy.
Oh, she does. She's like...
I love her so much.
Stop playing basketball, help me with me groceries. And they're like, yes, okay.
I was like, yes, good, correct. You're the only sensible person in this film.
And then we're at Lava Springs.
Yes.
And Sharpay and Ryan arrive. We meet Mr. Fulton.
Ooh, I don't know.
There were like 6 different pronunciations from each different character. And he's like the manager?
Manager. He says
and yet he still does like this weird sad monologue about how poor he is. And I'm like, you must have
sounds
much
like
money.
You're mismanaging. Are you gambling? What's going on? Like, I think it's more, he has this ramble about how he can't afford to lose his job, which I think is most people's situation, to be honest, Mr. Fulton. Yes. He says to Sharpay, looking very sharp this summer, and I was like, she's wearing a vest, but go off. Like, it's a blue vest. It's fine. It's not her best look. Her best look comes about, I would say, 4/5 into the film. It's incredible. We'll talk about it when it appears.
I can't wait. And then they're looking at the flyers for their talent show, which is going to be the main crux of the plot. They're embossed. We love that.
Yes.
And as Sharpay says, the theme is redemption.
Incredible.
And
how do you feel about the plot hanging on a talent show in the context that is not a school? I was like, why is this talent show so important? It's so weird.
I've been on like an all-inclusive holiday and like a cruise and stuff, and they always have like a passenger / holiday maker talent show. Hardly anyone does it, and the people that do it are shite.
Yeah, exactly. And yet people were like queuing up to get into this one.
And like very important, influential people accept an invitation.
It's weird. I don't really get it. But it's called the Star Dazzle Awards, and Sharpay is proud of all her
Five-time
star
winner?
dazzles. Huh?
5-time winner?
Yes, her and Ryan. I've just realised Ashley is just playing Brenda's song from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
She has the range.
That's what she's doing in this film, whereas in the previous film she was being her own character.
But she can do stupid and ditzy and rich, and she can do poor and clever. The two genders.
She can.
Stupid and rich,
she
or poor and clever.
Yeah,
I'm
just
neither.
saying. She's
Middle class and like bland.
all I'm saying is from the first film, in this second one, she just seemed to be doing just an impression of London Tipton. It's a bit more like, I'm so dumb. It's like, well, we never thought she was dumb in the first one.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
No, I thought she was an icon and something to aspire to. Speaking of something to aspire to, they're having a chat by the pool. They talk to the lifeguard. And I was like, oh, fucking yeah. Fucking do it. Fucking do the fucking song, Ashley. Because, you know what, Caitlin? It's out with the old.
And you
know what it's in with? It's in with the new.
Yeah.
Goodbye, clouds are grey. Hello,
I don't know the next one.
skies are blue. A dip in the pool. A trip to the spa. Endless days in my shades. The whole world, according to moi. And then magical teleporting Ryan goes from being next to her on a sun lounger to being in the pool playing a piano. And she goes, excuse me, thank you. And then he's back in the fucking sun lounger.
I was like, this has to be a different character. But no, it's Ryan. I don't know why they thought they'd get away with that, but we spotted it.
Because, like, I'm sure... I know there's, like, lots to be said about the diegesis of musical theatre.
I've got nothing to say about that, but sure.
It's like when, in, like, films and musicals and stuff, when people break into song, is it realistic? Is it, like...
Or is it just like a fantasy world?
If it's diegetic, it's like, it happens in the world.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah. I know what you mean.
Cabaret, when she sings a song in the cabaret club.
Like,
that's diegetic.
There's, like, diegetic things in, like, horror, so if there's, like, a jump scare in the real world, so, like, a door slams, diegetic, right? But if it's, like, a sting, do I mean that? Like a ooh, that's not diegetic. Yeah,
I think that
okay,
makes
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only really know about musical theatre. It's the only thing
musical
I bring to
theatre,
this.
get queer, horror queer.
But, so, the first film, I don't remember there being anything like... I know they break into song and stuff, but there wasn't anything unrealistic, like people being in different places at once, or a big fucking clock growing on the wall.
Yeah.
Maybe the bit in, what's the song? I thought you were my fairy tale. And I think, does the poster move or whatever? Or does she just go up to, just the fact there's a fucking huge poster of a child in a school?
What? Oh, is that the one where
Ceiling
she's
to
trying to be
floor.
Natasha Bedingfield?
Yes. What's it called?
Yeah.
When there was me and you.
I don't remember that at all.
When there was
I
me
mean,
and you.
I vaguely remember it, but...
But this is kind of like, are they like just having some heat stroke in the summer?
I think so. I think it's a bit more sort of fantasy in this film, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And if so, I have a question. Why the fuck is a swimming costume so baggy? It's such a baggy costume.
Maybe they were like, we can't show any curves on the Disney Channel.
I mean, she'll get her legs out and we'll do long shots of her legs, but that swimming costume has to be bad.
I don't know. I can't justify it. I mean, this is, I would say, the best song. So I will forgive the baggy costumes.
Yeah. I do also enjoy their little flowery swimming caps.
I was like, where can I get one of these? Are they on AliExpress?
Probably. Just make one. You've made a massive... You've made a massive version of this.
Yeah, it's like glued to a helmet.
Yeah,
it's not really practical for the summer.
Get a swimming cap.
Okay.
And flowers.
All right.
Perfect.
I will. Sorted. So at the end of the song, Sharpay falls into the pool.
Yes.
And who should be the fucking lifeguard on duty? That skank bitch, Gabriela Montez.
I will say, also, just before this, she says, so Troy arrives and the rest of the Wildcats, but Troy comes in and she's like, I like what I see, I like it a lot. Cut to Troy, looking like he's a dad arriving at a barbecue. He's like, hey, how you doing? Whoa, hey.
Absolutely not.
So good.
And everyone's there, all the Wildcats are there, really bringing the fabulous trash that is mentioned in the song, which I can relate to. And
Gabriella saves her. Well, sort of. She just sort of drags her around while Sharpay splashes.
Where are Gabriella's qualifications? Where's her training?
I was wondering this. How come she gets the cushy pool job? And everyone else has to work in the kitchen in the summer. Working in the kitchen in summer is a nightmare. She's
just sitting down, like, being like, don't drown.
And occasionally doing some, like, water aerobics.
Not even in the water. She's just standing there on the ground, being like, and stretch, and stretch.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
And Sharpay's mum has had a hand in hiring all of these Wildcats because she's on the board.
I love the mum.
I love the mum. She's at yoga class. She's having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
But she can't fire them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So Sharpay's like, well, I've just got to make them want to quit.
Yeah, and she tells Mr. Fulton to like force them to want to quit by being a dickhead. And he's like, sure, this is in my contract. Like, okay.
I'm sure in this speech that he gives, he's like, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, you're not. You're on a salary.
And if you are, like, what is the business model? What is happening?
Get a financial advisor.
Yeah. Ask for a raise because you are definitely
pay this child
$300
a week.
500.
We'll get to that. Well, you can pay this child a lot of money a week.
Yeah.
For very little work. You're the manager. Stop crying.
Yeah.
So Troy and Chad are given the jobs of waiters / caddies. A natural combination. Taylor is on activities. Kelsey's the piano, as we know. Martha's just got some knives.
Yeah, she's cutting up shit. And Pastry Boy
Zeke.
He's
like a sous chef.
He's going to be learning under a chef we never see.
He's very excited.
I wrote at this point, I hope Sharpay ends up with Pastry Boy. And you know what? I wasn't disappointed.
They ended up together at the end of the first film. And I'm like, why have we gone back to nothing from this?
Maybe it was a fling.
Because it's like a mid-credit scene. He gives her some brownies and she's like, nom, 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 I'm going to suck your dick.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it was just like a fleeting romance and he's like, no, summer is time to lay that pipe. I can't
Everything.
Lay that
pipe! Anyway, Gabriella turns up early for lunch, and naturally, Mr. Fulton is like, you're early for lunch, and I mean, fair enough. Read a fucking watch, bitch.
Like, this guy just seems to be laying down some rules. I know we're supposed to be like, oh my god, he's being so harsh, but I'm like, okay, there are like 10-year-olds watching this, I understand why they'd be saying that, but also, if you have a job, don't just leave children in the water unsupervised because you're a bit peckish.
For 3.5 minutes until the next person gets there. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then
they do
the song Work This Out. How do we get from the top of the world to the bottom of the heap?
How are you at the top of the world? You're at school.
You were in the musical, that's it.
The entitlement of these kids, when I was their age, well, I did become a waitress, but like, I was like, I'm so excited to be a waitress, to be earning my way.
Yes!
I'm very happy. Whereas they're like, oh. At one point they're like, I can't believe we're here burning someone's toast. And I'm like, well, don't do that. Do the toast right. Like, all the things they're complaining about, I was like, this could be solved by you just doing your job.
Sometimes you got to do shit you don't want to do. I know you're in a Disney Channel film, but like,
yeah.
Just be like, oh, I'm working a minimum wage job for the summer so I can get into a college and pay for it.
It's the thing that pisses me off about this whole... I think I will complain about this more later. Don't worry. But the thing that pisses me off about... me! The thing that pisses me off about this whole film is everything is temporary. everything they argue about, everything they get pissed off, everything they accuse him of being a dick about, I'm like, it's all temporary. It's ending in like a month's time. Chill out. Oh god, I'm so angry.
So they do work this out, and they're banging on all the pots and shit, and I'm like, that's not sanitary.
No.
But okay. And Zach is doing his best with his singing and his dancing. But
which one's Zach?
I mean, Zac Efron.
Oh yeah.
But like any song without Sharpay is like automatically a dud.
Yeah.
Like,
even when she's just in the chorus, it's just better, isn't it?
And they're all like, our lives are shit, and I'm like, clearly none of you ungrateful cunts has volunteered at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah.
You have accommodation, you have nice food.
You're not sleeping on the floor.
All you have to do is chop up some vegetables, please, and not burn some toast.
And you're chopping up vegetables in a beautiful location. What?
Exactly.
Yes. Can you imagine the storms well, I don't know if you've been through the storms yet. Have you been through the storms?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Can you imagine that? Flyering. Fuck that shit. I'm like, thank God. Sounds horrible.
Troy and Gabriella, speaking of getting wet, they have a picnic on the golf course. I'm like, you're asking to get hit in the head there. Like,
yeah. This
I wish someone would.
Everything they get in trouble for, I'm just like, this seems reasonable. You shouldn't have done this thing.
So Sharpay gets the sprinklers turned on.
Iconic.
And
Well, she says, could you ask maintenance to give it an little extra splash? And I imagine the guy on the end of the phone like, huh? Be even slightly more specific about that. So weird. So they get caught.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all damp. Rain on me, rain. And then
but it's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cute. I was like, because I vaguely knew what was coming up next. Like, the trauma they're all going to go through because he misses a date one time because he's trying to sort his entire future out. I was like, see, he's made an effort and he's been really cute and he's sorted out a date that's lovely, if slightly dangerous because of golf balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they add insult to injury by going to the piano room.
Oh yeah, Kelsey's like, come here, I've got a song. Oh wait, she doesn't say that. They just turn up, right?
Yeah, Kelsey's like, are you excited for the talent show? You're going to do this song. And
they're like, nobody asked you, but sure.
And she's like, here is my difficult second album to Breaking Free, which you're going to do the dull, slow version of.
Yeah. I love that she's like, I wrote this for you guys, which is number one, a bit creepy. But number two, it begins, na 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 yeah. I'm like, we didn't like break your back writing these lyrics.
You are the music in me.
It's really not very good, is it?
Well, I mean,
it's been in my head all day.
Currently it's trash. But I'm gonna hold my breath, and I'm gonna hold my horses, and we're gonna be a great time.
They're also singing it without looking at the lyrics or notes. Like, do they just have perfect pitch and also?
Yeah, for people who have been in one musical, I've done a lot of performance. And if you gave me a fresh song and be like, sing it, I'd be like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, I'd be like, give me the.
Can I listen to it once?
Please give me a starting note. Yeah, please sing it for me first. Like,
just give me the general gist.
Yeah.
Do the chords.
Also, Kelsey is thoroughly third wheeling. She likes to watch. Like, they're like basically making out on the piano, and she's like, "This is fun."
And then everyone fucking turns up, and they're like, "Na na 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 na." What's going on?
They're so into it. And I was like, "This is the first time you've had this song."
How do you all know this song?
And it's the slow version. Did she give everyone preloaded like iPods like they do at RuPaul?
But they all sign up to the talent show because they're so enamoured with this song, and they're like, we would like to perform this again. And I'm like, you don't have to. And Ryan is like sneaking around with like some binoculars and stuff. And he radios Sharpay and he goes, Golden Throat, this is Jazz Square.
I don't remember that at at all. Wait, what?
Once he's seen everyone, he's like, they've all signed up. Golden Throat, this is Jazz Square. Like...
That's incredible. What? I don't think my version had that.
Are you Golden Throat or are you Jazz Square?
I think I might be Jazz Square.
I'm Jazz Square with aspirations of Golden Throat.
Yeah. I can't dance. Like, I'm not literally Jazz Square.
I know you can.
Well, you have... Huh?
I know you can.
Well, but I don't think you have to be able to dance to do a Jazz Square.
It's very simple.
That's stepping.
Just step in.
And I do have feet.
Hey. And then we're back in the kitchen, and Troy and Chad do some weird skipping nonsense.
Were they putting on an English accent? Is that
I didn't like it.
there?
I don't like it when Americans do English accents.
Lots of YouTubers I watch are doing that at the moment, and I'm like, every time I look at the comments, it's Americans going, it's so funny! And I'm like, you're all terrible.
Have you seen Korean Billy?
Sorry, what?
Have you seen Korean Billy? On YouTube.
Seen Korean Billy.
He's called Billy. He's from Korea. He is Korean. He's Korean Billy. And he's like, I'm going to teach you, my fellow Koreans, all about the accents of the UK. And the Liverpool one, he's like, yeah, right, kids.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It's like, we're there.
Yeah.
But he does there's some weirdness in the English language and its regional dialects that can't be explained.
I'll just have to watch it.
And can't be what's the word? Analysed really. Because there's no sense to it all. But he's there this means this, and I'm like, Billy, you do your absolute best, but you are mistaken. But you were mistaken.
Mistaken. I'm always caught out because I like to make claims that I can do a Liverpudlian accent, but I just end up going Chahan. And people are like, number one, what the hell was that? Number two, can you say any other word? And I'm like, nope.
No. Ding fucking ding ding fucking ding. Alright.
I can do a Cheryl Cole impression. That's Newcastle.
That's
fuck.
Good.
How upsetting. So upsetting.
So upsetting.
So upsetting.
Oh god.
Oh god.
And then they are told that they're going to be caddying for Sharpay today. Troy and Chad.
Yes. Yeah.
And for her whole family. And Sharpay Moran's dad arrives. And I can see where Ryan gets it, because the dad's gay. Right?
He is, isn't he? But he's also got helicopter money, so I was like, maybe date his daughter. Because you are, 16.
Or his son.
And, true, very true. And, what is dating at that age? You're not going to marry them, are you? So just,
Should we address it now, the recent news outbreak from, maybe a month ago, where they were like, if we'd made High School Musical today, we would have made Ryan a gay character. And you're like, would have.
But then Lucas...
yes, Lucas Graybeale.
Was like, I'm not gay. And I was like, what?
What?
You fucking what, mate? He's like, I'm not gay, so it wouldn't have been right for me to play Ryan as a gay character. And I'm like, you did play him as a gay character, though.
And then you were in Milk, where you played a very, a legitimately gay character. Because it was the film Milk, about a gay man. And you were his gay friend.
Did you just say a gay man?
A gay man. In gay man's terms.
I love that.
Thank you.
So why... Huh. Lucas? What the fuck are you talking about?
This is like reverse J.K. Rowling, where she retroactively made Dumbledore gay. But they've retroactively made him straight. And I was like, he was always gay, hun.
Yeah, also that's the reason the whole storyline works about... Well, I mean, I know it wasn't intentional, but it kind of works the whole... when Zach thinks that... he gives... that Ryan gives a shit about Gabriella like that. And it's like, hun, he's gay. Simmer down. Step aside. It's fine. Let him hug your girlfriend. I mean, let anyone hug your girlfriend, because she's a person with autonomy and not just your little accessory.
Exactly. She's just friends with him. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Sharpay's like bigging up Troy to her dad. She's like, Troy was on the basketball team and he played golf too. And the dad goes, versatile.
He also turns to Ryan and is like, you've been working out. And Ryan's like, yoga. I'm like, yes, bitch. Every person in lockdown.
And the mum is super chaotic and awful at golf. And she's like,
she plays like she has had
the fairway.
Several drinks.
She probably has.
Weird.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. It's just like a montage of them being rude to Chad and kind of abandoning Ryan and Sharpay trying to get in with Troy. Yeah.
And it sows the seeds of Ryan and Chad both feeling cast out and kindred spirity. Mm-hmm. We'll get to it.
I thought they were gonna fuck, to be honest.
We'll get to it.
Okay. I feel you have a lot to say.
So much to say. And then Troy goes for dinner with the Evanses. And they talk about colleges.
Yeah. Oh, they have God, Mr. Fulton is like... Mr. Fulton? Is that his name? Yes.
Yeah?
He holds up a tie, and it was like, in case you're not aware, this particular item goes around your neck. I was like, oh my god, I love you, you're a dickhead. But also, fuck off!
But then he turns up in his tie and his blazer, jackety thing, to the dinner, and the two other men there... there's three men. Ryan's one of them. The two straight men there are in open shirts. And that's it.
That's quite a straight guy thing, I feel.
It's quite embarrassing when you overdress.
They're trying to dress him up, you know, because he's a little pretty package for Sharpay and for them, and you know. So yeah, Sharpay's a little manipulative. Number one, because she's like holding the power she has over him to try and get him to. So she's like, my dad and his friends are all in charge of the scholarship program to this made-up university, and also you should sing a song with me. Promise me you'll sing a song with me. And it's like, ooh,
she goes, Daddy, basketball and golf are just the beginning. Have you heard him sing? And the dad goes, a triple threat. And I'm like, that's not it!
Who's a famous triple threat?
A man loves a triple threat. Did the party room just see that? Trying to leave here. Which, Liza Minnelli, Cheetah Rivera.
Huh?
Liza Minnelli, Cheetah Rivera.
Liza Minnelli.
Stephanie J. Block.
Okay. Is Sutton Foster good?
Sutton Foster is a very good dancer. She's a little bit annoying when she sings, and I don't think she can act. But
okay, so
she's a camp.
A single threat.
Yes,
imagine if Liza Minnelli could play baseball or basketball or whatever they say.
I bet she can.
That'd be great.
She's on the right medication. I woke up this morning covered in blood. It wasn't mine.
Now, what is that?
I'm very unwell. It's when they did like drag race tours around the world or whatever, and they did a snatch game. Jinx Monsoon did Liza Minnelli for some of the shows, and it is phenomenal.
That's brilliant.
I see Mama up at the balcony. There's no balcony, Liza. I see her. She's there.
I still love what's her name? Alex. No.
Alexis Michelle.
That's it.
Well, her real name is Alex Michaels. Out of drag.
I will always love. She sang right to me and the other homosexuals.
There's a really good video on YouTube, I think, called Shit Liza Minnelli Says.
Oh, brilliant.
And they also do, like, the same actress does a parody of the Vogue 73 Questions or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a bit where she's just, like, talking to Lady Gaga and she's like, Bobby would have loved it. Farsi. Oh, you're a little monster. I love it.
That's great. Where are we?
Triple threats. Because Troy has said to Gabriella that he's going to go on a date with her after. He's going to go for dinner with her. And he's like, oh fuck, I'm missing it. So he goes to the kitchen, stands, screams, looks at his watch, and runs away. And I imagine that's how it was directed. It was like, right, Zach, you're going to run into the kitchen, stand, scream, look at your watch, run away. And you can see him going through the motions.
Zach really thinks he's
Not a
Jim
triple
Carrey
threat.
in this moment.
Not a triple threat.
It's very weird. And then, what happens? They meet. What's her name? Gabriella is sitting there and meddling girl, but she has a name. Taylor comes along. And she's like, if he's late for one date, he's a cunt. And I was like, oh, look, that is also my motto with dating. But I think in this case, when you've been together for at least 6 months, a conversation could be had. But no! No conversation is had. None!
No, I love it. And then Troy's gonna be even later because Mr. Fulton beckons him away to a creepy cave for a healthy dose of cultural appropriation.
What the fuck was this?
To be fair, it's a production. It's a production.
It's production, but it's so dark. Like, if you put a different track over the top, this could easily be a horror film. Easily.
I mean, even with the track itself, like, Ashley Tisdale goes, what? This is real fish speak. What
the fuck was that? Yeah, they sing a song about Tiki.
Tiki. What a speaky. She fucked a fish. He did not fuck a fish. Well, a long time ago in a land far away, lived a pineapple princess, Tiki. She was sweet as a peach in a pineapple way, but so sad that she hardly speaky. But if you listen well, you'll hear her secret wish. She longs to free a truly remarkable fish. My sweet prince, huma huma nuka nuka apple ah, my hiki balahidi hoo. Huma huma nuka nuka apple ah hoo. I wanna waka 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 dicky poo poo poo. Great time. We love it. It's terrible.
Can you
but obsessed.
Run me down. Can you run me through how you can be sweet as a peach specifically in a pineapple way?
I think that has, like, Sondheim influences.
Okay.
Because sweet as a peach is a phrase, but she's a pineapple princess, so, like, it's a pineapple way. It's hilarious.
Right.
I'm thrilled
Isn't
with
then
it.
she just sweet as a pineapple?
But that's not the phrase.
Yeah, but people would know what you were doing.
Also, it doesn't fit in the...
I just don't think this song is good. That's all I'm saying.
I'm here to disagree.
Okay.
It's got kabuki
You of
influences.
many tastes.
It's got cabaret influence. It's got rap. Lin-Manuel Miranda could never.
Who raps?
Tiki. What a speaky.
Oh, is that rapping?
They literally go, now it's time for the rap section. And now it's time for a breakdown. Me every day.
You can declare you're about to rap. It doesn't mean you do it.
I enjoyed it, even though obviously it was a
I
different
had a lot
time.
of fun.
And there was a reason this was
bad,
cut out of the TV broadcast.
Oh, was it?
If you're like, this film is too long, we need to do some trimming, you're like, this is the first one to go.
So, in the TV broadcast, what happens, he just is a bit late, not extremely late.
I think so. I think. Also, in this, Ryan, who's in his lovely sequin muumuu, or whatever,
Yeah.
he desperately wants to be the prince.
Yeah,
Sharpay's
we did call them
princess.
incest twins. didn't
Creepy
we?
incest twins. They're back again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sharpay surfs on like a little rodeo thing. Big fan of that.
The production value.
Backing singers,
Where did
smoke,
they get...
a wheelie chair.
Also, who are these 3 women?
I don't know, but I love them. I'd die for any of them.
Yeah, they're fab. Yeah, they're great. Oh, it was also around this point that I realised they've dubbed all of Gabriella's giggles. I don't know if you noticed this.
I didn't.
Every
Why-
time she giggles, she'll
Why's
just make
Gabriella
a
there?
smiley face. Huh?
Gabriella?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yes, Gabriella.
She's not in
Yeah.
this song. She shouldn't be here.
No, but she's like around. She's like before and after, right?
Oh, I see, okay.
Sorry.
I haven't
I
finished.
thought we finished with... Oh! Fuck it up. Right, carry on with your bit.
No, just the one bit where Troy goes, at the end, she's like, what did you think of the song? And Troy goes, have you ever tried just singing without the lights and the sets and the backup people? And I was like, this is homophobia in action.
Yeah. The message of this bit is not very good for people who are quite camp.
Yeah. Also,
it's very good for boring people who did, like, acoustic a cappella versions of songs.
At a party. No.
Yeah.
If I'd been to parties and they'd had lights and sets and costumes, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm up there. I'm doing it. We're going. Back up, people. Ready. And he's like, why don't you just sing for fun? And it's like, no, you sing so other people have to listen. Bastards.
Yes.
Anyway.
And then he tricks her with her shoes.
Yes.
And they're really ugly shoes.
And she's like, I've got them in 16 different colours. And it's like, they are awful. Did you keep the receipt? She got them in
New York. And I was like, where? From a box? Can I talk about Gabriella's unnerving
That's where all shoes come from! You're going to lose your fucking shit at Shoebox Zoo, aren't you?
Oh, that's not what I meant and you know it.
Yes, Troy escapes, goes to the pool. And I remember pausing this bit of the film very often as a child. Because he is looking very nice in just his swimming trunks.
Okay.
Those abs. Those pecs. I'm here for it. He's, like, nicely toned. Tell me about the giggles.
Yeah, young Zac Efron doesn't really do it for me personally, but...
Okay.
I can understand. Yeah, so basically, from this point on, I couldn't look away because every time she giggles, she just does a little smile with her mouth. Like, it's not that open, but the giggle is so fucking intense. It's like, it's so weird. So I can only assume she went into a recording studio and they got her to do a million different giggles. It's awful. I hate it. Did they not trust her to do anything live? I mean, I wouldn't, but...
I just don't trust her at all.
Yeah, don't. Ugh.
She's a dickhead. I hate her.
Yeah.
I really hate her. And then Fulton arrives and he's like, why have you broken the rules? And you're in the pool. Are you fucking joking? Yeah. Again, I just said don't break the rules.
Yeah, and then he's like, whoa, I told her to break the rules. I'm like, it doesn't really matter. She didn't protest, really. She kind of just went, that's not the rules. Anyway, I'm jumping in. Yeah.
And then we get a scene with Troy fixing a car with his dad, which, I'll be honest, I wasn't listening to. I was looking at the arms. Because they were bountiful.
Yeah. I'll also say, just before this, in the scene, he apologises. And he says he's really sorry, he's caught up with loads of stuff, he's really stressed out because he's having to think about his future and he's being offered loads of things. He apologises. And that, to me, is setting up unrealistic expectations for women dating men. It's never going to happen, loves.
This film is a fantasy, as we've learned.
But yeah, this scene with the car.
What happened in it? Tell me.
Basically, Troy is like, oh, I feel really... He's basically going, I'm feeling a bit stressed about growing up and having to make big decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad is, like, essentially telling him, like, I know it's scary, but this is the real world and it fucking sucks. And he says something like, nothing wrong with keeping your eye on the prize and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, because otherwise you get to the age of 24 and you find out that everyone in the industries you want to go into had an internship at age 7. And you're blind up by, like, 12. Like, I think we're supposed to think that his dad is being really, like, oh, he's only thinking about his son's future. And it's like, that's a good thing. That's what his parents are supposed to do. This bit really pissed me off because they were definitely presenting it, like, a certain way. But I think his dad's just giving good dad advice.
Well, I missed it all because, like I say, the arms.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that sounds good of the dad. I like the dad because he's fit. And then Troy gets promoted.
Oh, and then he gives him a truck.
Oh, yeah.
Gives him a truck. Yeah.
Did he give you a truck? No, didn't work. Truck me senseless. Let's take a break from making bad puns to talk about Gatreon.
Patreon. Patreon is a platform where you can support our independent podcast from just £1 a month and get great rewards in the process.
Rewards like early access, bonus episodes, sneak peeks, and the ability to submit requests and vote on what we review.
We even sent out Dib Dabs last month.
We'd also like to give a shout out to our patrons on our TRACY tier.
Scahill,
Sofia Hole,
Lia Maro,
Laura Kenny.
Ed Colley.
And nothing is certain except Beth and taxes.
I thought we were taking a break from bad puns.
We are, but that's a great pun.
If you'd like to join these wonderful people in supporting our podcast and sign up for membership from just £1 a month, visit patreon.com/queers.
That's patreon.com/QUEERS. Troy gets promoted to some golf shit for $500 a week. You are a child. I have a degree and I have never earned $500 a week.
Yeah, that's insane. He says, that's off the hook. I think that sounds very manageable. Like, he's got good comedy timing, has Zachary.
Zachary.
And he has, like, new Italian shoes. That becomes a running thing, even though they're just shoes. And then they're like, oh, your 11:30's here. And it's Sharpay. He's got to teach Sharpay. Oh, first he's teaching the kids.
Oh, he's just been like, you're good, you're good, you're a girl, you're less good. You're a boy, you're good. Which
he
I was
keeps
a bit
telling the girls, the boys keep, like, I don't know, eating the golf balls or whatever. And he's like, hey, little guy, maybe don't do that. And then the girl, he just walks past and goes, looking good. And I'm like, ooh. Maybe assist her, because that's what I assume her parents are paying you for. I don't know. Anyway.
Sharpay turns up with her pink balls.
Pink balls.
Monogrammed pink balls.
I love it.
An icon. And then everyone sees him kind of flirting with her. Like, he's got his arms round her waist.
That's how you do certain golf lessons. I've had one golf lesson because, I don't know. Golf, innit? I'm quite good at hand-eye coordination, so I thought I'd try golf.
If you're standing still, it's not a sport.
It's not, is it?
No.
Loads of men are like, I play golf, and I'm like, so you walk. We all walk. It's just quite satisfying to whack a ball really far.
Well, yes.
You know, and you can whack it further than you can with, like, a tennis racket or a... What else is whacking balls?
Most of them.
S&M. It was, like, so close to my grasp for about a minute, and I was like, I've got to make a joke somewhere.
Grasping at balls.
Yes.
So everyone sees him with his arms round her, and Taylor's like, oh, I see some shit to stir.
Yeah.
Stir.
And then either they comment on, or Sharpay explicitly said, I'm unsure how it... Basically, it becomes very clear that she's offering him... I think Taylor might say it. She's offering him essentially a college education in exchange for him singing in the talent show with her. And I think Taylor says it like, oh my god. I'm like, this seems fine.
That's a fair exchange. Well, actually, no, Zach's winning. Poor Sharpay.
All Zach has to do is go over to Gabriella and be like, look, I think this girl fancies me, but her dad is offering me a college education. Are you fine with me singing with her in the talent show? And Gabriella, unless she's a cunt, would go, that's fine. I know we're in a relationship and you don't fancy this annoying little blonde. Like, why does no one communicate?
And
so upset.
Troy meets some basketball players from this university.
Yes.
There's lots of networking going on. I wasn't really interested. I was like, do more songs, please.
Yeah, but there's a big drama because they go for lunch and Chad is serving them. This was bad.
Yes, I cannot excuse this behaviour.
Yeah,
Troy.
This was I can understand that if you are meeting your idol, you might be a bit like what's it called, blinkered. But also your best mate is standing right next to you, so like introduce anyway. He doesn't introduce Chad to. It's very clearly his favourite player. Like, Chad walks up to them and his eyes are like, oh my god, it's this guy! He just doesn't introduce him.
No. And then he gives Troy the burger, and Troy's like, I ordered Swiss cheese on this.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's like, you're clearly not paying for it. It doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Also, it's not going to be extra for cheese at this country club.
No. And then they have kind of a standoff, sort of.
They do.
Is that later?
That's later.
I was getting very sleepy. After this bit, I have a nap. I think after this bit, I'll remember stuff a lot clearer.
Sharpay goes to Kelsey and is like, I want to do the song. and Kelsey's like, oh, the song's not available. And Sharpay just goes, repeat? Which I'm going to start doing.
Repeat?
Anytime someone says something I don't like. Repeat?
I can't remember how she phrased it, but she essentially goes, it's your job to give me this song. And I was like, that's not how this works. But okay.
And to cap it all off, Ryan is very sad about, he's like, I thought we were doing Hummer Hummer. And she's like, sorry, no, I'm doing this song with Troy. You can, like, sell your costume online or burn it or whatever. I don't give a shit. And Ryan's like, I'm sad. And now I'm going to go and get a personality of my own. And I'm like, yes, Ryan.
Yay.
Hooray for you.
And then is it the standoff?
Almost. Troy and Gabriella have a sad chat.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Because he's shooting hoops.
Gabriella's like, promise is a big word, Troy. I'm like, fuck off, you're 17. Like, just...
I'm like, also he was like, just, Troy, just say, I'm really sorry I'm having a stressful time. Can we talk about it on the phone, which we have?
My time management at the moment, I'm struggling.
Or maybe, perhaps even say, hi, we're at work, so it's going to be quite difficult for us to have long, gazing into each other's eyes dates all the time. Like, maybe we should alter our expectations. I mean, don't say it like that, because she will dump you, but, you know.
He promised to go for a swim with her. It's not like he promised her his kidney.
Yeah, and also every time he apologises, she's like, ah, with her weird dubbed giggle. And it's like, that's fine. Like, she gets over it very quickly. So I'm like, unless you make it clear that this is, like, a breach of your, like, personal boundaries by, like, not living up to those expectations, he's not gonna think, because he's a dumb boy. Ugh. Actually, no, I hate that. You know, when people are like, oh, you can't expect men to do anything. They're just so silly. I'm like, how do I both agree and disagree with this at the same time?
And then everyone gets pissed at Troy. There's a whole standoff.
Oh!
They're like, the fun, cool, tall basketball players. They just go on about the big tall. But it's like...
Oh, do you want to... So I did some research. Do you know how tall Zac Efron is?
No.
He's 5'8".
Oh, now, no. Well, he's struck off my list.
Guess how tall the average... This is not the tallest. The average basketball player in the NBA is.
6 foot?
6'6".
What?
Yeah,
there aren't
that's
that many
the
tall men.
average. The average. So
that means there are taller. The people are taller than 6'6".
Around. He's gonna be grabbing onto knees trying to get the ball. He has no future in this industry. Why are they giving him this scholarship?
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah,
bless his heart.
He's so tiny. Well, he's not, but, you know, for a basketball player.
For being my boyfriend, he's also tiny.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, don't get in the car with them. And he's like, I'm going to get in the car with them and put on this fancy jacket. And they're like, FFS. Why have you done this, Zach?
I'm sort of like, fair. He has a bit where he's like, well, wait, what does he say? I can't remember. He's essentially like, you do the fucking same. This is a really fucking cool option. And they're also like, tell them to come practice with us. I'm like, you're on a patio. Like, they can't, like, I get what you're saying. But, like, I don't know. Or maybe ask if they can come along. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone in this film could handle everything better.
Except for Ryan and Sharpay's mum, who is doing just fine.
Yes, she's fine.
Flourishing.
She's married her gay best friend and they're having a great time.
And then all the employees are like, well, our lead singer's fucked off. You're, Ryan, you're without a show to do. Do you want to direct our bit in the talent show? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then Chad's like, hang on a second. I don't dance. And I'm like, fucking yes! But also, I saw you in the first film.
Yeah, well, first of all, famously, he does dance, so whatever. But also, what he actually says is, if you want to play ball, then grab a mitt. But I don't dance. It's so much.
And this whole song, Hey Bada Bada, Hey Bada Bada Swing, is just, it's an extended metaphor for them, like, we're gonna fuck, right? They're so gay for each other.
Yeah, they do that bit where someone throws the bat and one of them catches it, and then the other person puts their hand on top of their hand and they go up until Ryan puts his hand on top of the bat. I think we're supposed to infer from that Ryan's a top? Mind-blowing information. Would not have expected that.
And the lyric, you never know if you never try.
And we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. It's all there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then... no, you go. You go.
I was just going to ask, is this whole game the Wildcats against Ryan and some men? Like, who are these men?
Ryan and his gays.
That's weird. Ryan and his gays!
On the stage, Ryan and his gays. After the song, this has been documented on the internet, but I don't know if you've seen it. Ryan and Chad are wearing each other's clothes.
What?
So they go into it. Chad's in his like baseball red and white kind of shirt and things and the hat. Ryan's in like his white shirt, button-up shirt, and like his little beret thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not beret. What's the phrase? You know, the hat that he wears. And then after after the song, Ryan's in the red and white baseball. Troy's in a white button-up shirt with the flat cap. No, not Troy. Chad. You know.
No, he's what? No.
They've swapped clothes because they have got naked and fucked each other.
Can you find me this?
I'll send you the picture. It's fine.
Please do.
It's well known in the circles I move in.
Wow. This is the most homoerotic you can be at like a 10-metre distance.
Yeah.
This is queer culture in the time of COVID. They're just like sizing each other up from like however far away you bowl from. I don't fucking know. I have a question. So this was... right, okay. Watching this, I was like, this is so clearly like an awakening for lots of gay boys. Mm-hmm. Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question, and this is just about gay, like, boy culture, which of course you were.
Yes.
Would a young gay boy identify with Ryan, or fancy him, or both?
I wouldn't. I never fancied Ryan. I fancied
he's pulling a lot of
mascots.
moves. Like, yeah.
He's well toned. He's got. But
what's that thing
he's quite
in gay culture about no femmes? Is he?
Yeah, I think he would come under femme.
But what is that? No femmes? Like, what is that? Just in bars? What is that?
No,
or is
like
it preferences.
Sexual, like no fats, no femmes, no Asians.
Oh.
Which I mean.
Wait. Someone can voice a preference for no Asians, and everyone in the gay community went, "Cool."
Oh,
like,
have
what?
you? It's rampant with awful racism. Like only just recently.
I know the gay community is racist, but like I didn't know like it was so like that was just a thing people say, and everyone went chill.
Well,
like,
in the past 2 months, obviously since people have been like, oh, maybe we are racists. Grindr has removed the filter of race.
There was a what?
So you could be like, I just want to see white people, or I just want to see black people, or Asian.
Or I thought you meant like an Instagram filter. I mean, it's still bad, but anyway, different kinds of bad. Oh my god. Yeah. That's blowing my mind. So that's where what's her name?
Kimchi.
Kimchi's song comes from.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I think maybe this is just like some kind of I could be talking out my ass. This podcast, I would never. I feel like the general skew, if you will, of people who, specifically little gay boys who realise that they are gay, tend to be that from the younger they are, they're kind of the more femme sissies.
Oh.
Because like it's hard
because
to like be like you're like, oh, obviously.
That they're like, yeah, okay, right.
And it's the masked gays that take longer to, I don't know, realise that they're gays or come out, at least.
I see, okay.
So I think,
right.
As a child, I saw a lot of myself in Ryan, but I wasn't. And I think I saw the fact that Ryan very clearly fancied Chad. And I was
Yeah.
like, same, bitch!
And you were like, I fancy Chad. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
But I'm sure there's
also-
someone out there who fancies Ryan. His little...
Yeah, I just think he's quite like... I mean, he's like... I don't fancy gay men, so...
He seems like he's got lovely manners.
Yeah, and he's like very... He's just very attractive and like... He's pulling some moves. Oh, Caitlin.
He
You know what
dances.
he's doing.
He dances well.
He
and
dances.
He sings all right.
And he just looks of like flips and shit. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if he does. They all do. It's really cute. Also, side note, do you follow... Just because we did the whole no fats, femmes or Asians, do you follow Scotty on Instagram?
I do.
He annoys me sometimes, but he's very good at talking about like weight in the queer community, and also to do with class. He's very good. So if you don't follow him, listeners, please do. Scotty, he's great.
Woo.
Anyway, thank you for answering my questions.
It's all right. And then there's some... Troy does some basketball shit in this big arena. I didn't really care about that.
Yes.
Ryan and Gabriella dance, and Troy sees them and is jealous.
I was like, babe,
Oh.
he's gay. It's not. It's
Straight men are the
fine.
worst. Straight men who are like, people are gay. People are gay, Stephen.
Yeah. Oh, he's also annoyed. He's annoyed at Gabriella because she missed his phone call. And I was like, okay, well now you're getting weird and possessive. Like, she's allowed to miss a phone call.
She was dancing.
Although she didn't call him back, and it was like the day before. So
Oh,
I'm
who
a bit
gives a
like,
shit?
Anyway. Also, they were standing like oddly close, and I was like, are you trying to imply that he's not gay? Because he is. Like, maybe he's just a gay with no personal space, no boundaries. I don't know. But he's gay, Stephen.
And then they're in the kitchen, and Troy and Chad argue. They have like a big fucking showdown.
Yeah.
And Fulton's
Ooh.
like, you're being paid to work, not play Dr. Phil. And I'm like, I love gay people.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh, also, sorry, going back to the Gabriella Troy spat, I loved it when Ryan's like, her mum makes the best brownies in the entire world, puts an arm around Gabriella. I'm like, you are gay, but you have no, like, logic for it. Like, oh my god, it's so dumb. And he's like, yeah, I know. I've had them. And I was like, oh my god! Calm down there, brownies. Get a grip. Anyway, yeah, so Troy and Chad fall out.
Yeah, and then I didn't really care because it was the talent show rehearsal.
Sharpay, take it easy on me. I'm new to this whole performing thing. As she rips off her pink diamante trench coat to reveal an awful outfit.
Na 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 na, na 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 na, yeah yeah yeah. You are
No
the
one's
music
ever looked at a denim skirt and like went, yeah, but could we put a bustle on it? So bad.
I love this version of this song. This version is so much better than the na na na.
It's so much fun.
Your harmony
Na, 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 na.
to the melody. And the bit where he goes,
Oh god.
a single voice, and then Troy goes, above the noise. I think about that
Above
all
the
time.
noise. Yeah. Yeah. I love how much she like throws into his knees and makes him sing some like falsetto? No. What's it when
Yeah.
men sing high?
Yeah, falsetto.
Yeah, okay.
Your harmony to the melody.
The melody. It's great. And he's like on his knees looking so panicked.
And then there's like a wind machine, and he's like, why is my shirt ripping off? It's a great
Yeah,
time.
he's so
I
uncomfortable. Oh,
fucking love it. Make him
bless his
uncomfortable.
heart.
And then he sees the others doing a rehearsal. And Sharpay
Oh,
makes a
but
scene.
can we please talk about Sharpay's wedding dress moment?
Oh yeah, there's like a weird, like, again, this like non-diegetic nonsense
Yeah.
where he's like having a hallucination of her in a wedding dress. He's like, bah, 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 bah.
And it's like, oh, it's so weird. And also Kelsey, like, you know I don't like Kelsey, but I have so much time for her staring glumly at everything going on, just like, meh, in the background. It's great. She's like leaning on the piano like, I hate everything. But yes, Ryan's directing, and I love it. He's so sweet and happy and positive. Todrick Hall could never. Because it wouldn't be good TV.
And then Sharpay makes a scene
fine.
and kicks everyone out, and then she's like, I'm gonna get everything sorted, and looks at the drummer man, and she's like, give me a beat, and he does a beat, and she struts out straight to Fulton's
And
office.
walks into the best outfit of the night.
Is this black and white, kind of like, almost like French maid?
No, it's an imitation tennis dress, but in black and white, the opposite way around to how it would normally be. She is doing glam athleisure at its fullest. It's got cutouts on the, side near the boobs, but not, not giving side boob. And she's also got a silver chain, which is so oversized it's stupid, and a tiara, which matches her puppy's tiara. Fuck me. Best outfit of the whole thing. Loved it. Oh, and she's got little pigtails. Oh, fuck off.
And she's like,
It's great.
you need to stop them from performing. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then we're by the poolside, where Gabriella confronts Sharpay. Gabriella's like, you've been a prick and you're ruining Troy's life. And Sharpay's like, I'm getting him connections to get a scholarship in...
And I was like, she is.
I mean, I get Gabriella... Sharpay is not the villain of the piece.
No.
The real villain of the
Who is
piece
the
is
villain?
capitalism. But,
Okay, good.
that's that goes without saying every week.
Yeah. But we should say they specify that the people who won't be able to perform are employees. And I was like, Troy's still an employee. And then, what's his name? Fulton has his massive fucking breakdown with his welcome to the world of adults who need to keep their jobs because of mortgages, car payments. And then he says, etc., etc., etc.
Vile. Cancelled.
I hated it. I was furious. They had me in the first half. Ugh,
And then
so annoyed.
we're by the side of the pool.
Is this the sad song?
And Gabriella's got to go her own way. She's got to go her own... She's got to move on and be who she am. She just don't belong here. I hope she understands.
Yeah, it's a summer job. Get over it.
What about us? What about everything we've been through? What, like that
He
big
is
fucking
so
webcam and you're a dick to her?
sorry. He's like holding her. He really doesn't want her to go, and she's like, "Yeah, you missed the date. Fuck you. I haven't been bothered to even talk to you about what's going on in your life." Although I do think he's been a dick, but you know, just talk. And then the second best song.
Oh, well, first off, just between an interlude, Troy's like in his bed being all sad, and his dad's like, come and eat some mystery meat. And it's like, what is this meat?
He also says, I don't even know who I am anymore. And I was like, what is going on? What is happening? Nothing's changed. You're just stressed.
And then he goes
right?
then he goes for breakfast, and everyone's a prick
Yeah.
to him. And Kelsey hands him the notice. And everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my head. Did you ever? A banger. But why would you put straight male angst in a musical? A musical is a safe haven from straight male angst.
Well, because it's Disney, so they didn't really know better. But also, I don't know, it's fine. He gets to do his big jumps.
And he does his stepping and clicking.
Yes, and also his weird,
Not gonna stop till I get my shot.
slow-mo, heel-to-toe walking. That was very odd.
And his CGI reflection being all sad.
Yeah.
And I feel we should address this before anyone sends it to us on the internet. Have you seen this mashed up with Let It Go? Or Let It Go is overlaid over this?
I have, yes.
It's magical, so we don't need to be sent it.
It's pretty good, yeah.
I also remembered my time in uni. I did a show called Miscast where we just did songs that we wouldn't normally be able to do. And my friend Katie Smith did this song with the exact choreography. And it was honestly the peak of my university career. She did every move, step for step.
So she thinks she's Trisha Paytas now. Okay.
Trisha Paytas invented this film.
This song also has very specific memories for me because me and friend of the pod, Eleanor Mason, walked up Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh, I'm going to say 3 years ago, and then ran down it singing this song.
I don't
know why.
Not gonna stop till I
but
get my shot.
we did.
Love it.
And people were around. We were just like, it's here on the fringe! I hate everyone!
enough. Troy drops out of being a golf person.
Yeah,
And
Sharpay does her big scram.
He gets his kitchen job back, and Sharpay's like, but this could change your life.
And it could.
And Troy goes, I'm more interested in what my friends think of me. You fool!
That's so stupid.
You will speak to maybe 2 of these friends from high school.
Yeah, how many
7
friends do you have
years.
from high school still?
2-ish.
Yeah, same. Like,
I mean,
I've reconnected with 1, so let's say 3, but that's pushing it. Like,
it's not your entire we're all in this together gang.
no, it's not.
You won't be
And
talking
I
to
don't
Kelsey.
trust anyone who is. I met someone who is still friends with their entire friendship group, and they had a big friend, like, I'd say like 15 people, maybe 20. And I'm like, what is... It's like people who are like, oh my god, prom is the best day of your life. Like, okay. Someone's gonna start working for their parents' company in fields.
And then it's the night of the show.
Yeah.
We get to see what we don't get to see enough of, Tina and her tippity tappity toes. It's like, more of this, more of her doing her tap dancing, please. More Tina.
And also, aggressive lady with sock puppet, which was somehow the pod. And I think we're both the sock puppet.
Mrs. Hossenpfeffer and her sock puppet. More of this, please.
Yes.
Far
more.
So backstage, Ryan is like, I'm not going to join you for your song because you were a
He
cunt.
sold his tiki costume.
I sold it online like you told me.
Yeah.
And then Troy and Chad make up, and I'm crying because they're like, we're brothers. I'm like, you're not, but okay.
Yeah.
Troy apologises to
Ryan appears
Ryan.
out of nowhere. He just appears behind them like, hello.
Oh, yes, where's
Very
my
weird.
apology, please? And he's like, I knew that you were really like invested in this because you're gay. So sorry.
Yes.
And he hugs him, and I'm like, this lucky homosexual. Those lucky bitches. But Ryan doesn't want Sharpay to like completely fail and look like a dickhead on stage.
Yeah, he doesn't... It's not like he wants, Troy to not waste his future that he's been working so hard for over the past few weeks. No, he just doesn't want his daughter to look like a prick, which she's doing on her own very well.
And so he's like, go and sing the song. And Troy is like, Sharpay, I will sing with you if you get my friends to be able to sing as well. Like, let my friends sing too, and we'll make a bargain. And she's like, oh, fucking hell, all right.
He says, what was the first thing you said to me when I started working here? And she's like, bring me more iced tea. I was like, amazing.
Then instead it's like, oh, I promised to sing with you was the first thing he said. I don't fucking know.
Oh no, it was we're all in this together.
Oh, sorry. I should have remembered that from the whole film.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hang about, Sharpay, why have you given me why are we doing a new song? And Sharpay's like, I beg your pardon.
And Ryan has snaffled him a new song to learn.
Gay trickery. Also, if like you don't want your sister to fail and look like a dickhead, don't give her a brand new song. Oh no, wait, they all know the song just from looking at the lyrics. That's how they work in this world.
Yeah. But also I think that might have been him lying about not wanting his sister to look like a dickhead. Because Gabriella turns up.
I've been gay trickeried.
You have.
Oh,
yeah.
Duped.
And then
You've
they
been
sing.
duped, Janet.
What they sing is, "Can you feel the love tonight?" That's what they sing. It starts off.
I wrote this. It's the same tune.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna mental.
That's the bit. The is like the same. I'm like, Elton John would be ringing you up if like his music wasn't owned by the same company, but like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's the song Every Day, which is not a banger because it doesn't have Sharpay in it.
Yeah.
Every day of our lives. Whatever.
Oh god, she's so annoying. And also, do you not think when she appears and starts walking towards him, he would have been well within his rights to be like, no, you just broke up with me, you contrary bitch.
If I were Troy, I'd be like, why are you holding your microphone so weird, please? Have you seen the way she's holding a microphone?
No?
It's
How
like
is it?
she's holding it on the speaky into
I know
bit.
someone who does that.
I'm
I know
gonna-
a comedian who does that, and it's so precarious.
I'm going to try it with my microphone now and see if there's any, like, noticeable difference. So, like, if I talk like this, listen, I don't know, like, neither of us know if this is going to be a thing, but, like,
No, no
every
clue.
day can be turned away. I will see. But, like, you'd be able to hear her fingers going, like...
Oh, you mean she holds it right at the top?
Yes, like, on the little, like, the speaky bit.
Oh! That's so weird. Also, can we discuss how the shoes she's wearing with that dress are atrocious? I mean, the dress is atrocious. If nothing else, Vanessa Hudgens has proved once and for all that she has an endless supply of ugly maternity dresses in this film. They are astonishingly bad. But yeah, her shoes were awful.
And then everyone joins in, and, like, they all get in a circle, and I'm like, Ryan, I love you, but this was bad staging. They're facing
Like,
inwards.
this would be awful from the audience. Like, awful. Circle and then big group, not facing the front. Like,
Cheat
what's
it out,
going
Ryan!
on? Yeah.
And then they
Ryan
go
gets
and-
the star dazzle.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He does, because he's gay.
For choreographing a circle. Good for him.
And then they go and with some, like, paper lanterns.
Chinese lanterns? Oh yeah, that's it. Paper lanterns.
And
Is that the same as Chinese lanterns, or am I?
who can say?
making,
I don't know.
like-
Okay. And
And Sharpay's with Pastry Boy.
she is, just because they needed people to be in pairs.
Yeah.
And,
Shush now.
One of them says, I think, does Troy say it? Or Gabriella says, here's to the future. And the other one says, no, here's to right now. I'm like, no, the whole point is that you are planning for the future.
Also, isn't the next one set at uni?
Senior year.
No. Wait, I thought they were in... How old are these children?
About 17, maybe 16.
Oh, okay.
Except for Taylor, who's 25.
Yeah. And they finally kiss, which they've been trying to do all film. They've never quite kissed. And I was like, oh, good, it's the end of the film. No, there's more.
They throw the lanterns, which is not environmentally friendly.
It's not. And then they have a staff party. And they have a singing bit. And they are doing too much for the quality of sound that's coming out of their mouths.
This could be
don't look
just...
like you're belting if you're doing breathy acoustic.
Could just be your shitty quality. I was having a lovely time on my Disney Plus.
Because their like mouths are like, we're giving it everything, but their voice is like, I cannot be bothered.
Everybody all for one. Now that all of our work is done. Yeah, and then who should fucking turn up on the waterfront? Did you notice this?
No, who?
For a maximum of 3 seconds, we are treated to a cameo from the one and only Miley Cyrus. She's just there. She's there for one shot and then she's gone.
What?
Miley Cyrus is in this film doing a cameo.
What? Wait, what does she do?
She's just there like,
In her 3 seconds?
all for one, like having a,
Oh,
having
she's
a
just
boogie.
in the party.
She's not even like Hannah Montana-ing like, I'm a special guest at this party. She's
You
just
sure
like,
it was her?
I'm a guest. Yes, it's on Wikipedia as well.
Wow.
It's a blink and you'll miss it moment,
That's
so you're
weird.
blinking, obviously.
I blinked and I missed it. Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird, but I'm thrilled about it. My little
Sure.
gay heart. Speaking of,
I'm not a huge Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus. God, I just stroke. Ugh, Miley Cyrus fan.
speaking of my queer heart,
Yeah.
did this make us queer?
I mean, it made you queer.
Pink balls!
Yeah. I mean, anything with Sharpay in it. She's just so loud and fabulous.
Fabulous!
I
It's camp. It's a camp time.
think there's
It's a musical, it's
a
camp.
thing. As a queer woman, I'm trying to work out if I identified with queer men. I feel like I did, but not in... I know, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Like when if you saw a, I don't know, like a Kristen Stewart, or maybe she wasn't out, I don't know. Did queer-coded women appeal to you as a gay child?
I think hyper straight women appeal to me. Like Sharpay is hyper straight, and I'm still like, yes,
Yeah.
she's fabulous.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I mean, does hypermasculinity does not appeal to you? I know that.
No, not
If there's
at
one
all.
thing I'm
Not-
certain
unless it goes like
All
over
the
the
way
other side
round.
and becomes camp.
Johnny
yeah,
Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I feel like I would have seen Ryan and like identified with something there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
Does that make sense?
a little.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Good. Sorted.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much queerness in it apart from that
It is-
dynamic.
Compared,
It's a very
I think
straight
the first one was, I think, a bit queerer and camper. Miss Darbus,
Yeah.
that's why.
Oh. What's
Um,
it mean? Oh, Mr. Fulton.
Mr. Fulton is a pale imitation of Miss Darbus, but we'll take what
But
we
he's
can
an
give.
anxious
Yeah.
gay, and I enjoy it. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm living from paycheck to paycheck.
Etc. Etc. Etc.
I mean, when people write ECT, I just can't.
ECT.
ECT, ect, instead of etc. ETC.
Oh, I've got a problem with that.
No, when you write etc. and you write ETC, that's right.
Yeah.
When you write
Yes.
ECT, I'm doing
Who does
doing sign language. It's not. I'm just showing Caitlin what letters I mean because I feel like Echo,
But I'm confused.
Charlie,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Tango.
But who would write that?
idiots, and they
Okay,
do.
do people write that?
I've seen people do
they?
it.
Oh, I hate
Or when
that.
people say ect.
What? People say ect?
Ect. People have said that to me. I don't know. My experiences might
It's
not
so
be
quick to
universal.
go, etc., etc. Etc., etc., etc.
Or just say and so on.
Oh my god.
Because it's a bit less pretentious, isn't it?
How is it pretentious to go, etc.?
Latin, innit?
Lots of things are Latin, I think.
All right.
I don't know. Well, the whole language... Anyway,
It's dead.
fucking hell,
Anyway.
let's end this while we can.
Thank you very much for listening to this
Yes, thank
odyssey
you.
of a Disney Channel original. It's actually, we're shorter than the film, so I think we're winning.
Okay.
And
We're done.
it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
thank
It's
you
the
so
end. We've done.
Yeah, okay.
Follow us
Thank you so much for listening.
at Quiz Gone By on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me at Kate Butch 1 on all of them. Oh, search Quiz Gone By on YouTube as well.
And follow me at Caitlin Powell on Instagram and at Caitlin PWLL on Twitter.
Feel free to rate this episode, review, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell Lucas Graybeale that he's fooling nobody.
Yes.
Find us on Patreon, patreon.com/quiz, and we shall see you next week for even more queer nonsense.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Humma humma nuka nuka appa wa ah.